Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Kakashi from Naruto. Let's get started with the left eye. I'm going to start with the eyelid. So drawing a curve from the outside and going slightly upwards to the inside of the eye. Now from here I'm going to tuck the eyeball in underneath. So we're going to leave a little overlap on the eyelids. Stepping over from the left, draw like a half circle coming down to the bottom of the eye and then back up to the top. Let's draw a little highlight circle on the top left area. So this is going to get tucked in as well underneath the eyelid. Starting up here, we'll circle around and then tuck that back in underneath. Let's color the eye in black. From here, let's draw on the bottom edge of the headband. Now this is going to go from the top of the left eye and curve across and down over the face. So we start from the corner of the left eye going up at an angle, right up here. We're going to curve down and just touch the inside of the eye. So curving down. Now we're going to pull this across and down to right about there. From this point, let's go in from the left side and just draw the side of the temple. So right up here, we're going to go straight down to about the same height as the eye here. Let's curve the bottom of the face and just tuck this in underneath the bottom of the headband. So from this point, we're going to curve outwards and pull this in towards the chin. Now I'm going to curve this up underneath. I'm going to leave a little overlap on the right side there. Curving up. Let's draw in the mask. So underneath the eye, we're going to draw a curve going up towards the center of the face, right up here. Curving up. Now I'm going to round this out and just tuck this in and blend to the side of the bottom of the headband. So curving around and just blending that in. Just below the top of the mask, we're going to step down and just draw a little curve for the edge of the nose. Up above the eye, we're just going to draw a little bit of the eyelid. So we're just going to draw a little curve tucked underneath the headband. Let's draw a little curve from this point here. We're going to come down the side of the head for the sideburn. Now right here, we're going to draw in the ear. So from the top corner, we're going to step down just a little, curving up and out, and we're going to pull this in to the side of the head. Right in here, we're going to draw a little curve for the inner ear detail. Let's go to the left side and draw the edge of the headband. So from this corner, I'm just going to curve around and in. This is just the first little wrinkle area. So just above this curve, we're going to have to draw the outside edge of the left side of the headband. So right here, we're going to curve up and over towards the right. Now I want to do one more bump going out, just like I did at the bottom, and then coming across. And we want to keep the thickness of the headband consistent. We're going to come down to right about here in the middle. So from here, I'm going to curve out, and I'm going to pull this back in, and just follow that same curve to right about there. Up here, I'm just going to draw a little curve for a little wrinkle line. From this point, we're going to have to draw in the bangs that come over the headband. So we're going to do a little overlap, just draw a curve coming down. We're going to go back up and just draw a series of little jagged points. So we're going to curve upwards, and we're going to curve down again. Now the side of the head is going to come up this way, so we just want to cover that area up. So we're going to go up again with another curve. Now this is going to go across and then down. It's a little bit longer. Now we're going to pull this back up. Just going up like that. Now that we have the side of the headband covered, we can draw in the side of the headband here. So from this point, I'm going to round it out and pull it in. We're going to step about halfway along this curve and just go up the side of the head. Just going upwards like that. Let's draw in the little head protector in the center of the headband. So along the top, I'm just going to draw a curve. Going across in behind the hairband. From this side, I want to curve down the side of the head protector. Now the head protector goes underneath this hairband, so it's going to continue somewhere down here. And curve down to right about there. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve. Going across. Now we're going to add some rivets on this side. So the top corner here, we're going to draw a circle. At the bottom, we'll draw a circle. And then right in between, we'll draw another circle. On this side here, we're going to draw one at the bottom corner, and then you'll see probably a little bit of it underneath that hairband there. Let's draw on the symbol. So we're going to start with an angled line, just a short angled line coming in, and then we're going to do a little swirl. Going around, almost like a circle, coming around and in, and then right up to about there. On the side here, right up here, we're going to draw an angled line coming down, and we're going to come in to the bottom of that swirl, just coming across like that. Let's go up to the top and draw on the rest of the hair. So on the top of the headband here, we draw a curve going out. A little short curve. We're going to come back in for a little hair spike. We do another one going up and out. And then we're going to pull that in. From this point, we want to change the direction of the hair. It's all going to get swept over towards the right. So from this point, we curve up towards the top, and we're going to pull that back in. We're going to do one more. A big one going outwards to right about there. Now we're going to pull that back in. We're going to continue this all the way down the side of the head. So here we're going to do a short one going out, coming back in, do another one going outwards. So you can see it's starting to turn this way as you get towards the side of the head, come back in. Now let's change directions. We're going to go upwards this time. From here we're going to go up. I'm going to pull this down right about there. We'll do a small one here going out. Pull that back into right about there. I want to leave enough room for one more hair spike. So at the bottom will come out. At the top we'll just meet up with that point. Let's draw a little bit of hair coming out from behind the head here. So on the side of the head, underneath the jaw, we come down at an angle, go up, and we're just going to draw a little zigzag. Come down, and then back up. Do the same thing on this side. So leaving that same amount of gap right here. We'll start at the bottom this time. Go down, go up, down, and we'll just tuck that in underneath the head. Let's draw in the collar. So he's got this big collar underneath the head here. So on the left side, I'm going to curve down. On the right, we'll curve down. So it's starting to come in towards each other. From here, we're going to curve up and underneath the head. So at this point here, we're going to curve around and then just tuck that in underneath the head. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So going up underneath the head. We're going to have to layer in the shoulder pads. So right beside this collar, we're going to go down in a small angle. Up here on the right, we'll go down on a small angle. And we're going to curve this around and then just make our way to that inside point. So curving down, going around, and then up. Do the same thing on the right. Going down, around, and then up. We're going to trim this out, so we're just going to follow that same curve on the inside. Going upwards. Do the same on the right. Now in here, we just want to connect these 2 points of the collar with a straight line. Let's work our way down the side of the body. So the hips are going to come down to about here. So we're going to draw 2 curves coming outwards. So it's going to bend out. So underneath the shoulder pad, we're going to go out with a short curve. We want to stop right about there because there's a little bump that sticks out on the hips. So from this point, we want to connect to that side with a curve that comes down, then back up. On the sides, we're going to round this out on both sides. And then we'll connect those 2 points with another curve. In the middle, we're going to draw the zipper line. So on either side of the center, I'm just going to pull a straight line, side by side. Let's add the 2 little pockets on the side here. So we're going to just draw 2 squares. So in this empty gap here, we're just going to draw 1 square. And then on the right, we'll do the same thing. Let's divide the pockets. So in here, we're just going to draw 2 vertical lines coming down. On the right, do the same thing. And along the top, right up here, we're just going to draw a horizontal line, like that. Let's work our way down the lower part of the body. So in the middle here, I'm just going to draw a curve, right in the middle, from left to right. Now the pants go really baggy at the top, and then they get cinched in towards the ankles. So we start on the left side here, stepping over towards the right slightly, we curve inwards. On the right, we'll curve in as well. Now these are going to curve the bottom of the pants. So right from here, we're going to curve down and then up towards the left, curve down and up towards the right. Now we're going to draw a little bit of a wrinkle on the side here. So from this point we want to curve in on the right. Now we're going to overlap the ends with a curve for the outside of the leg. So right at the bottom of the curve here, curve down like that. On the right we'll do the same thing. In the middle of the torso, we're just going to draw a line coming down the middle like that. Let's draw the bandages on the leg here on the left. Now I know he has 2, but we only have room for 1 here. So on the side of the leg, we're just going to curve to the inside of the leg, and then we'll draw that twice. It's going across like that. On the side of the leg, he's got this little pouch. So right up here, we're going to go out. We're going to curve down, and then pull that right into the side of the leg. Let's work our way down the feet. So from this point in the pant, we're going to step inwards, and just draw a curve coming down to the bottom of the heel. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So they're curving in like that. We're going to draw on the bottom of the feet. So from the heel to the toe, we want to draw a little curve for the bottom of the sole. We'll draw the same thing on the right side, going across. Let's square off the toe. So right here, we're going to go straight up. Now we're going to follow that same line all the way to the back of the heel, going across like that. On the right side, we'll start from the heel, work our way towards the front, and then just square off the toe. Going back to the left side, we're going to draw in the strap, going over the sandal. So from this point, curve up and in. Go back to the same starting point and just go over, and you're just going to taper this curve out so it gets thicker as you come back down towards the sole. In here, we're just going to draw a little circle for a button. Let's draw in some toes. So right up along this line, we're going to draw a curve. One curve, and then two. Up here, we're going to draw on the front of the boot. So right here at the top of this curve, we're going to curve this underneath the pant. Let's add in a little bandage along the ankle. So right here, it's going to curve across. And then from that same point, we'll curve down for the back of the heel. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So we start by drawing in the toe opening. So from the tip, curve up and then down. Go back to the starting point, go up and over so it gets thicker as we come in. Draw a little button in here. Now we're going to split the toes. So up here we'll draw one curve, we'll draw two. And at the top of this curve, we're just going to pull this in underneath the pant leg. We'll draw a little curve for the bandage. And then from the back here, we're going to expose the heel with a curve like that. Let's work our way in towards the arms. So on this side, I'm going to have him holding a dagger sort of backwards this way. So let's start with the inside part of the arm first. So about halfway down the body here, I'm going to curve out. We're going to draw on the thumb. So from this point, I'm going to round out the thumb. At the end of the thumb, I'm going to draw a long bracket. Now I want to go a little bit further because I want to show the handle here. So from this point to that point, I'm going to draw like a little half circle. Now behind that half circle, I'm going to round out behind it for the first finger. We're going to go down here and there in the second finger. We're going to do the third one, but we're going to come up about halfway up the arm. Going up this way. Now we're aiming towards that shoulder area there. Now he's got a little sleeve here, so we want to overlap the edge of that arm there. So stepping over, we're going to curve to the inside part of the arm. We're going to continue this curve going up. Now I'm going to pull that back in towards the inside of the arm. Top of the sleeve. Now right here at the top, we're going to step in and tuck this in underneath the shoulder pad. Let's draw the edge of the blade here. So the blade is going to come out in this angle. So right here, I'm going to do two angled lines going out. So it's spreading outwards. These points are going to come towards the center point in the middle of the blade. Just like so. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now I'm not going to draw a blade on this side. We're just going to have the hand coming down into a fist. So again, halfway down this arm, I'm going to curve down. We draw a curve for the thumb. Now right at the end of the thumb, I'm just going to draw a little bracket. Underneath this thumb, we're going to swirl around that bracket and going up. We'll do an overlapping finger going up. Now again, we're going to draw that sleeve here. So I'm going to start down here, curve the outside of the arm, coming up to right about there. Now I'm going to overlap that point with a curve for the sleeve. So there's a slight overlap here. I'm going to go up. Now I'm aiming for that shoulder line. I'm going to connect this to the inside of the arm. Now I'm going to step in from that corner and just tuck that in underneath the shoulder pad. Let's add some emblems on the side of the arm. So right here we're going to draw a little half circle and draw another sort of smaller half circle inside. On this side we'll do the same thing. So a half circle and a smaller circle inside. I'm going to add two little buttons on the shoulder pads right here. So one on this side and one on the right. We're going to add a little glove line. So the top of the thumb here, we're just going to curve to the outside of the arm. Do the same thing on the right side. Now he's got these little plates on the backs of his fists. So right here, we just follow at the top here, going across, coming down on either side. So I'm just following the outside of the arm, curving down, and then connecting those 2 points with a curve. Do the same thing on this side. So at the top, we'll just curve across the top, come down on the side, come down on the inside. We'll connect those with a curve. I'm going to draw 4 little dots on either corner. The rivets. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Kakashi from Naruto. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you check out our Chibi playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.